Well, if the Brics weren't so attractive as these pundits you mentioned are saying, why have they grown to 10, and why are there 30 to 40 additional countries that want to join? And I don't know in what way or formation they will join. It will probably happen sometime in October during the Kazan BRICS summit. But the attractiveness of the BRICS does not lay in being in opposition to the West or building the same model West. It does not want to replicate the same failure of the Bretton Woods system, especially after 1971, when the dollar was completely deregulated or taken off the gold reserve standard, and when the banking deregulation started in the 1980s and 1990s and 2000s. That actually unleashed, much longer before the pandemic, unleashed the crisis of the system, that because the system consisted more and more of assets that are not tied to any, as Julia rightfully said, not physical assets. They were merely monetary assets that were circulating in the monetary system. And I think that is exactly what is the fundamental flaw of the Western system, is they have forgotten how financial assets have to be tied to some kind of physical values and physical worth. It may be productive labor, it could be technological inventions, could be raw materials, could be infrastructure, et cetera, et cetera. But if you look at the West and the pace that infrastructure is actually decaying right now, I think you can see that there's a fundamental gap between the claimed wealth of the West and the actual physical wealth that is declining. And although I'm speaking from based in Berlin, Germany, and the sanctions, for example, that the West has imposed on Russia since already almost 10 years have led to a demise of the physical economy of Germany. Prices are too high for the small and medium-sized companies to physically exist.
Sure.
The infrastructure is now, even in my capital city, Berlin, where I live, 70% of all physical bridges are in bad or very bad distinction between monetary assets, which are basically just figures in the books, and physical assets. And so I think why there's attractiveness towards the BRICS is because they want to base their economic collaboration on physical assets. Of course, they are not all developed yet. I think only 35% of all Russian raw materials are so far basically discovered or made available.
Sure.
But that's actually what attracts them even more, because this is something that is going to a direction of the next 10, 20, 30 or 50 years for development. And I think the West is advised to cooperate with their system, because to see this as a threat or a danger to Western hegemony is exactly the wrong knee-jerk response to it.